I'm Pat Spear, scientist on the faculty at Northwestern University Medical School here in Chicago. I'm not a blogger, but I'm a regular reader of the what comes out of Center for American Progress and Media Matters. My question has to do with the military commission's act in Guantanamo. When can we expect that act to be rescinded? When can we expect Guantanamo to be closed? And assuming you agree with these goals, what are you doing about that?
Well, I agree with that. I voted against the Military Commissions Act, and I voted against it for a number of reasons, but perhaps first and foremost was its unconstitutional denial of habeas corpus, which is embedded in our Constitution. And we're going to try to reinstate habeas corpus and reform the military tribunal / commission procedures. We hope in the next months. We're working, it's obviously being worked through to try to get a bipartisan coalition that will actually give us the votes we need, because all of you know, I don't have to explain to you that if you can't count 60 votes, you can't get it through the Senate. That's one of our very big problems right now, and so we're trying to put together a coalition in order to change the military commission to reinstate habeas corpus. Secondly, on Guantanamo, I have said that we must close Guantanamo, and I believe that there will be an increasing political pressure to do that. We've got some issues we've got to figure out what to do about, and that's going to take some careful consideration, but we should start that now. We should begin to really look at all of the implications and consequences. So if we don't get changes in the Military Commission Act and a reinstatement of habeas corpus, and if we're not on the road to closing Guantanamo, when I'm president, I will start doing both of those things.
Let's go. What's it, Gerald? You've been waiting for a while.
Hi, Senator. I'm Geraldine Merritt. I'm from Denver. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I write Talk Left. I think a lot of us here were surprised when we came back from dinner last night and went online and found that the Senate had passed a FISA bill that was going to allow the president to do more warrantless eavesdropping on us. I know you voted against it, and thank you for that. But my question is twofold. First is, if you're elected president, what kinds of warrantless eavesdropping would you permit and would you not permit, and for what reasons? And second of all, why is it, or how is your Attorney General going to be different than Alberto Gonzalez?
Well, let me take the second question first. I think it would be a breath of fresh air to have an Attorney General actually believe in the rule of law. And it's been a mystery to a number of us. There are a lot of qualified Republican judges and lawyers that the president could have picked for judicial positions, for Justice Department positions, and he has time and again gone with cronies and movement conservatives. Look, I think that President Bush has conducted a very dangerous experiment in extremism in our country, and has turned away from basic tenets of our Constitution, our separation of powers, our checks and balances. The fact that despite everything that has come out about Attorney General Gonzalez, the White House just hangs in there and supports him, speaks volumes about their contempt for the rule of law, their contempt for the missions that an Attorney General should fulfill. Everything from enforcing civil rights and voting rights to actually giving the White House accurate information about legal precedent and about the obligations that the president should fulfill under the Constitution. So I think that you know, Attorney General Gonzalez should be removed or he should resign. And I hope that the ongoing investigations that are pursuing what he did, his misleading statements and his actions will continue, because accountability is a primary priority of any nation that believes it is operating under the rule of law, not the rule of Bush. And I think we got to make that a distinction. Secondly, I voted for a Democratic alternative last night. Obviously did not succeed. But I think the debate will go on, because even the version that the White House was supporting has a sunset in it. So we do have the opportunity to try to get a better understanding of what is in these programs. I mean, one of the problems is, I'm not on the Intelligence Committee, but even those with whom I serve who are, don't have a very clear understanding of what it is we're talking about. Now, I'm not saying that information should be shared broadly or openly, because there is a legitimate role for surveillance of those who might be part of some network that was planning action against our country. But there certainly should be checks and balances in both the Congress and in the courts, and that's what the FISA court was designed for. So I think that we have to address this. I don't know what the House is going to do. They're under tremendous pressure, and we'll see how they respond. But in any event, we've got to continue to try to come up with an appropriate, legally enforceable framework that does give people confidence that we can both protect our country and our security and protect our civil liberties and our civil rights as Americans under the rule of law. And I think that that will be one of my highest priorities as president.